check. There it is.
Hello. Usually when I say hello, you go, "What's up?" or you like say something.
Sorry.
So I just said hello, and then you just looked at me, waiting
My
on
bad.
me.
It's my
It's all
bad.
right.
My fault. I dropped the ball.
It's all right. You did. You dropped the ball and made me look so stupid. How embarrassing.
So sorry.
No, it's all right. Welcome to Check, There It Is podcast. I need to address this at the very beginning so that you don't mention it at the end. I double checked today, and our Instagram tag is Check, There It Is podcast.
Oh, okay.
So it is podcast. I've always been saying it's Check, There It Is. It's the @ Check, There It Is. But that's not true. It's Check, There It Is podcast.
That's still technically not what I said, but okay.
Well, I know, but I can't believe none of our friends who literally follow us told us that it is podcast. It's not Check, There It Is pod, but it is Check, There It Is podcast. I just needed to make that known.
It's close enough.
I know. I was just telling. I just wanted you to be aware so that when we got to the end, you weren't like, we still need to fix that. What is it again? We still need to fix that. So now that you're listening at the very beginning,
like,
while
comment,
you're listening,
like, comment, subscribe.
yeah, we
follow us on Instagram. Check There It Is podcast.
Yep.
Follow us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music.
So listen, according to our Spotify account, it says that we hit our 50 subscribers or followers on Spotify. It actually says we have 51 as of today. Still haven't hit 50 on YouTube.
Okay.
But
what do
we can get there. I don't remember. I think it's like in the 30s, maybe 40s. Haven't hit 50 yet. But we can get there. So I will also say that I looked at it today, and some of our most recent episodes, so like the last like 3 or 4, just randomly like the listens, the number like spiked.
Let's go.
So more people have been listening. I wonder, I'm guessing a lot of people, they'll probably listen to one. And here's what I'm guessing that I'm like learning from like looking at numbers and stuff. People like to binge podcast listen. So like if there's several episodes for people to listen to, they'll listen to like 3 or 4 at a time instead of just like one a week. Because I'm noticing like the certain amount of numbers for weeks like are going up at the same time.
People are weird. I don't do that.
Yeah, I don't really
I have
either.
it set to get a notification when my episode drops. I'm going to listen to it that day.
I do know I have talked to a lot of our friends. Like people have personally reached out to me and like they've said, I'm going on a trip. Can't wait to binge a bunch of your episodes. Or I'm driving to so-and-so. Can't wait to sit and listen to all. So a lot of people, they struggle to listen to podcasts like throughout their regular everyday.
That's fine.
Well, maybe your job is very easy for podcasts.
But I listen to a podcast when I work out, when I cut the grass, when I'm driving down the road.
Yeah.
Like
you're a podcast listener, though. A lot of people aren't.
That's fine. But like tomorrow I've got 2 podcasts I got to listen to because they came out today.
Yeah.
So I got to listen to them tomorrow.
Yeah. But like we have some friends, like one of our friends is like a school teacher. So like she can't sit and like listen to podcasts, you know?
Fine.
So I know sometimes podcasts are hit or miss for people, and that's totally fine. I'm just when I'm looking at like numbers and like just kind of getting an idea of like, okay, what are people enjoying? What kind of content are they liking? I'm trying to see which episodes you guys are enjoying, stuff like that. So I just keep up with numbers. And I realized that numbers spike in like groups. Like these 4 episodes numbers will go up all together, and then like these 3 will go up. So I'm like, I think people are like binge listening, which is fine. Like, or maybe you just found our podcast and you just decided to listen to like.
Welcome. My name's Wes.
Let's do our introduction. Hi,
Emily.
welcome to the Check, There It Is podcast. I'm Emily.
My name's Wes, and we're married.
And this is our living room.
You can't see all the mess because we hide it.
We hide the mess.
Behind these walls that you can't see.
There's things tucked. Can you see our child's puddle jumper?
I have a pair of shoes sitting right here that you can't see.
Here's one thing I will say about us, and I will never...
Also, our living room is not normally set up like this.
Nope. Our couch usually sits over there, and every time we do these episodes, we are like, all right, let's set up for the podcast. Wes sets the lights up, and I rotate the couch. We do it for aesthetic purposes. One thing I will say about myself, what you see is what you get with me, and I've said that before. I'm very much just like a this is who I am kind of person. And one thing that I will not ever pretend to be is like a neat freak. you're not going to catch me like
neither one of us are that.
Deep cleaning all the time or like just constantly like, no, we're going to clean that. No, we're going to clean that. No, my house is lived in. I have 2 little girls. I have a 4-year-old and an almost 2-year-old. The second I'm like, all right, let's clean up our mess, guys. Like, let's clean up. Let's make the house look nice so that we can eat dinner. They will do it. And then the second I turn around, I could go pee and come back and there's 14 different toys in the same spot of where I just cleaned.
I was just thinking about when you called me today at work and Potter was bringing all of they have like this little shopping cart thing, and Emily calls me, and then all of a sudden here comes Potter pushing a shopping cart, and she's got all of her toys in the shopping cart, and she just starts stacking them on top of Emily, and then Emily shows me like her like sitting on the couch.
And what am I saying the whole time?
She's like, I don't want this. Please put it up. I don't want this. Take it away. I don't want this. And she's got like 15 toys just like and books piled on top of her. And Potter's like, no.
Yeah, I'm like, can you put that back, please? No. And just keeps laying things on me. I'm like, I don't really want to hold that. Can you put that back in the cart, please? No. Or her favorite thing right now, her new favorite sentence, I think I've told people this is, no, I'm not. Or, no, you not. Mommy's going to get mad if you don't go do that. No, you're not. Like, constantly testing me. We're just not going to be people who are like, our house is spotless and we have this beautiful little home that is TikTok worthy and like it deserves to be in a magazine. Like, no, my house is lived in. It is not disgusting, but there's stuff. Like we have stuff, okay? Like we have kids with toys and we have stuff. And so when you see our living room look like this, there's things sitting behind this chair. There's things sitting behind this couch. There's things tucked around in this corner. And you know what? I just will not apologize because
it is what it is.
It is what it is. Okay. So a couple weeks ago, Wes did a whole episode on asking me questions, and we did a Get to Know Emily episode. So as promised, tonight is Get to Know Wes. I hope I got like enough questions. I need you not to just be like 1-word answers.
I'll do my best.
Okay.
But as you get to know me, you'll know I'm not a talker unless it's
let's start there.
Unless it's something I'm very passionate about.
As you guys have seen, Wes is a very direct person. You kind of get to see his like, this is what I think about things kind of side, but like Wes has a deeper side. I'm going to copy your question from last time to start. Just to kind of like break the ice.
What's my favorite color?
What's your favorite color?
If you ask Clark, it's blue.
Yeah, that's what you told her.
And while blue is one of my favorite colors.
I think blue was like your average like guy.
Well, it could be any shade of blue. I just like blue. It's just like blue. Yeah, like navy blue, royal blue. Baby blue, like I love the color blue. Yeah. But I wear black and gray a lot.
Yeah, you do.
It's just easy.
And you wear a lot of neutrals too, like a lot of tans and like.
They're just easy.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick like a color, I'd probably say blue.
Like if somebody were gonna like buy you something and you'd be like, oh, pick your color, like a cup or something like that. You want black.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. So if you hear Clark say my daddy's favorite color is blue, she's not lying.
No.
It's just, that's what's easy. Number 2, let's say money's not an object, okay?
Let's go.
You could move anywhere. Where would you move? Like pick up, money's not an object. We could just travel and go wherever and live wherever. Where do you want to go?
With kids?
Yeah. We're moving. We're not vacationing. We're moving.
I'm not a big city person. So like if I was going to move somewhere, it would be either
more country.
Yeah. Smaller or spaced out more, like a Midwest type thing.
Yeah.
But like I don't love like the flat Midwest, like just flat everything.
Your favorite part of living here is the mountains.
Love the mountains. Like if there was I'm sure there is. If there's a small beach town that is also like has
Mountainy.
some small like mountainy areas, I would do that. I'm sure that's out there somewhere.
Do volcanoes count? Because we could go to Hawaii.
No, volcanoes do not count. I would no.
They look like mountains.
I'm not climbing a volcano or want to live in the shadow of a volcano.
You're right.
Thing erupt any point.
Yeah.
No, that's not happening.
So wherever there is a beach and mountains.
That's the best of both worlds.
But that's like.
Because I don't love sand.
Yeah.
Sand is my arch nemesis.
Yes, we know.
Now that I've lost weight, the beach is not like.
Yeah.
I'm not like, I hate the beach anymore. But yeah, I still love the mountains. So like but also be like small town.
Oh yeah.
Not like, it doesn't have to be small town. Just definitely not touristy.
Yeah.
Like smaller or spaced out more. So like it doesn't feel like everything's on top of each other. I like that slower life kind of living, I guess.
Yeah.
I prefer that, but we live in Knoxville, so that doesn't happen.
We do. We live in Knoxville. It's very crowded. Very crowded. I saw someone post something today that Knoxville, Tennessee is one of the top most moved to cities. Like I think top 10 of like places where people want to move and go, and people are moving and going. Number 3. What's the best compliment that you've ever received?
I don't know. I try to forget them all. I'm terrible with compliments.
I could not roll my eyes harder.
I'm terrible with compliments. I get so awkward.
But what is something that like somebody has said to you that you've like went home and like actually thought about and been like, that made me feel really good actually?
Honestly, like dead serious, the thing that's popping in my head right now is when I was in the
4th or 5th grade.
4th or 5th grade.
That is when everything happens in your life. You're like in the 4th or 5th grade. It's 4th or 5th grade or 7th or 8th grade.
I mean, yeah, it was. I don't remember exactly, but it was when I started playing quarterback, and I was like a tight end, top like offensive lineman, tight end thing. But I've always been bigger, but like I was like teeter-tottering because in Little League you have like weight limits. So like if you weigh above a certain amount, you can't be quarterback, running back, receiver. Like you can't play those positions. And I was under that, so I could play those positions. And our quarterback got hurt, and our coaches were like, "We need somebody to play quarterback," and they were like, that made me feel good because like my dad was a quarterback, and then my older brother played center. So like when they looked at me and was like, "He can do it," well, that's what I did.
It's
and
so
then
funny.
That kind of put me on a trajectory to play quarterback in high school and all that stuff.
Yeah. What's funny about all that is like I am a huge like words of affirmation person because I like to receive compliments. Because of that, I'm constantly giving compliments. And like I recognize not just people giving compliments to me, but I recognize when other people get compliments. So I'm always listening and aware when someone compliments you, and I take that home with me.
I'm sure somebody's complimented me in the past year about my weight loss stuff. And I mean, I'm sure that made me feel good, but I'm not joking. Like when people give me compliments, and I think it came a lot with when I started playing drums and I moved to the ramp, and all of these compliments were just coming left and right. And then you get these words of like these God words of, you're going to change the generation by playing drums. And you can only get that same word from 25 different people so many times, and then all of a sudden it's like this stuff just starts rolling off your back and you just kind of forget about it. So yeah, I'm thankful like when people compliment me, but like I don't take that. It's
not something you like. For me, if someone compliments me, I'd like take that home and I sit with that for a very long time.
Not saying
that's not how. Yeah, you're not words of affirmation.
When somebody criticizes me, I take that and sit with that for a long time. But not like I don't. I mean, it's probably just the way I was not raised in the sense of like my parents, because like obviously my parents were great and they, you know,
just how like
but like
how things
playing in
happen as you were growing
sports,
up.
doing all that stuff. Like, I mean, you go watch film with somebody one time after a loss. You ain't gonna get a lot of praise.
Yeah,
like, trust me. So you're gonna get criticized, and you just got to take it and learn from it. And I think that's where I kind of, that's what I lean towards.
Yeah,
like if somebody compliments me, thank you, and move on. Somebody criticizes me or tries to give me correction or something, that's what I kind of hold on to a little bit more, and I'm like, okay,
you need to sit with this.
Yeah.
Okay, so I kind of know this one, but I want to see like what you think about it. Would you consider yourself a true introvert or extrovert?
I'm in the middle.
You know what it's called?
Ambivert.
Yeah,
sure. I don't know.
We're both ambiverts. That's what I think is so funny.
You lean more towards introvert, though.
Yeah.
I lean more towards extrovert.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I could go out every night of the week and hang out with somebody still. You would be perfectly fine with sitting at home every night of the week. But at the same time, like, I think we both recharge the most by being at home, like just me and you, or going out to dinner, just me and you, or something like that.
Like we're ambiverts. We're extroverts in a sense, like we do love being around our people, but it's like we like to be around our safe people. Like that's what charges us. Like don't just put me around a bunch of people. That will not charge me. I'm going to be like...
That I would not do well
I'm going to be like, oh no, I'm not having a good time.
It depends on the environment.
Yeah,
it doesn't
for sure.
It doesn't always have to do with the people. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I love hanging out with our people, like our friends and stuff. But like, if you put me in the right environment with a stranger, you put me in Neyland Stadium during an Alabama game, like an Alabama UT game. I don't care. I'll find an Alabama fan. And we'll become best friends. Like
and you will get recharged from that.
Yeah, like that will be an epic night that, win or lose, it would be an epic night because I just made a friend. Yeah. Whether I talk to that person again for the rest of my life. Like, I made a new friend. Like, it depends on the environment.
I guess when I say, like, introvert, extrovert, like, I do feel like I recharge at home. But within the right environment and the right people, like, I do kind of get like recharged once I've been like, oh, I was with those people. Like now I feel good. And I feel like that's kind of how you are to a degree. Like I'm so glad we had that hangout. Made me feel 100%. Good. But then
except for the other night when we hung out with our friends and I wanted to die because my back was...
Oh yeah, you were in a lot of pain.
Killing me.
But that had nothing to do with the people. That was just his circumstance.
No, I was... I mean, by the end of we were playing cards and... Shout out to the people, you know who you are. We're having a great game of Uno, a spicy Uno.
Spicy Uno.
But I was sitting, because we had so many people there, we didn't have enough table chairs. So I was sitting on a bar stool at a regular table. And I'd already hurt my back. And now I'm sitting like hunched over. And I was like, I had been sitting there for like 2 hours, and I literally just wanted to die. I looked at Emily. Emily had finally gotten up to go do something with one of the girls, and I just stole her seat. I was like, I'm sitting here. I'm in so much pain.
Yeah. Also, spicy Uno is not spicy in what people may think spicy Uno is. Do
people not know what spicy Uno is?
I don't know, but I just wanted to make sure people who are like, what the heck is spicy Uno? It's not like strip poker or anything. Like, it's...
I mean, you can play strip poker.
No. I don't even know how to play poker.
I can teach you how to do that too.
But yeah, spicy Uno is not what people think it is.
Spicy Uno is regular Uno, but certain cards mean certain things. So like there's a card that means you can't talk until that same card is played again. There's a card that means you can switch hands with somebody. There's a card that means everybody has to slap the table, and the last person to slap the table gets 2 extra cards. Yeah. There's different rules to the game. It's fun.
It's fun.
It's way more chaotic.
Yeah.
Which we love. So it's,
with the right group of people, it's so fun. But I just wanted to make sure people weren't like, spicy Uno, what are they doing? With their other married friends. Like, we're all just like getting together, like playing spicy Uno.
Don't put nothing past
Not
me.
what you think. Not what you think. I just wanted to make sure.
Don't put nothing past me.
Yeah. Literally don't put anything past Wes. He is always down for a good time.
Always down for a good time.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
Probably when somebody says they're going to do something and then doesn't do it. Like their follow through is that irks my nerve.
Yeah. One thing about Wes is like if Wes says he's going to do something, he's going to do it. Like Wes could be sick and be like, I told him I was going to do it. I'll do it. And I'm like, you're sick. They'll understand. No, I said I was going to be there. I feel like we're both kind of like that though. Like if I have to cancel plans, and I've had to learn to be better about like not feeling so guilty, because like the girls sometimes like their life, their situation causes us to have to like miss things, or like if our girls get sick, like unfortunately sometimes I have to cancel or reschedule something. But that is, I think it's like a value, like a core value of Wes and I's. I don't know why, but like if we say we're going to be at something, we are going to be at something. Correct. We are going to do it.
Even watching like a TV show.
Oh yeah.
Or whatever. And like you were watching Love Island tonight.
Yeah. You
were watching that show. People say one thing and then they do another, and I'm like, make up your mind.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably the biggest one. I'm sure there's some other things I could think of.
There's probably plenty you have of just me. But in like just every day, that's probably one of like with all people. But I'm sure you have probably 15 of just like what do I do that is like the biggest pet peeve for you?
I know what mine is for you, or what yours is for me.
Which one?
My alarm in the morning.
I was gonna say that, or you farting in the kitchen or in the bed.
That is what it is.
His alarms, I just cannot, you guys.
Not a morning person.
Like,
get to know Wes, not a morning person.
I legitimately, the thought has entered my mind of like, are we gonna have to have separate bedrooms? Because like, I don't think I can keep doing this for another 45 years, 50 years, 60 years of like the man just blatantly ignoring the alarms every single like just sleeping through all 15 of them. And then like when I finally wake him up and be like, turn it off, he hits snooze. So then when the next one starts, then right after that one, once he snoozes that one, the one that he just snoozed is now going off again. Like it is just enough for like 2 hours. It is just constant. Rah, 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 rah. I just don't know what I'm going to do. If you have any marriage advice for these kinds of things, shimmy a DM, please. I'm in the trenches over here, people. What's your biggest flex?
That I've lost 130 pounds, 120
Period.
pounds, whatever it is
and
now.
That, you stand on business.
That's probably it.
Yeah. That's your only one? That's your biggest one.
I don't really know of another flex that I have. I married you.
That is very nice.
As a fat guy. I locked you down as a big boy. Before I lost weight. Locked you down.
I didn't think you I feel like you gained a lot of your weight when we were married.
I did, but I was still bigger.
Well, I think you started gaining it when we started when we got like engaged. I mean,
that's fair, but dating. I was still bigger.
You were chunky, but like it didn't like phase me. But I was just like whatever.
Bigger though still. My husky boy locked it down. Then I killed him. Dead and gone. I killed him.
Oh my God. Who is the most influential person in your life?
There's 4 people that come to mind. My dad, Pastor Casey, Coach Martin, and my dad's football coach, Coach Toner. And I say him, I didn't have like a good relationship with him, but like my dad told stories about him. And
your dad still talks about him. Like
my dad says he's one of the greatest men he's ever met in his life.
Yeah, like I've never even met the man.
I've met him several times. He went to our church when I was younger for a little while, and like I got to talk to him a little bit. Obviously, he's still alive now, but he's older. But yeah, just the stories my dad would tell of him. I think has impacted me. And then Coach Martin, which was my football coach in high school, I think had a big impact on like work ethic and stuff like that. And then obviously my dad being my dad and teaching me how to be a man, follow Jesus, all that stuff. And then Pastor Casey teaching me how to obviously like through RSM and stuff. Obviously we didn't see like all the behind the scenes things, but like how to walk through fire and like all that stuff with his story.
If you don't know, Pastor Casey's wife, Lindsay, she left right before I moved there.
3 years?
She was gone for 2 years.
2 years.
She
moved out of the city.
Yeah, she left him, moved. They were in the middle of like filing for divorce. She was gone for 2 years, and he basically like for almost the full 2 years stood on like, I want her to come home. There toward the end, their story got rocky. Like he kind of got to the point where he was like, okay, like she's done all of this and she's still saying she wants it to be over. Like, let's just get a divorce. And I don't know if I can do this anymore because I'm holding on and it's time. But then she ended up coming home and they completely reconciled their marriage, and she's put in the work to like be a good wife and like a good mom to their girls. And we have a beautiful relationship with both of them. And so, yeah, like what Wes is talking about, if you don't know, that's kind of like we saw him when he was our teacher.
As a teacher. Obviously,
while
we didn't have
he was
relationship
walking
with him at the time.
Correct. But at the time, he was like our teacher, our instructor, and he was walking through the fire of his wife had left him. And was like really...
While being a teacher and a pastor of the church. And
yes.
Like all
trying
of
to pour into kids, trying to pour into people, families.
Conference after
preaching,
preaching.
But just at home crumbling. Yep. And he's still just... The way he carried himself was phenomenal.
Yeah, I think those 4 men are a big impact in my life. I'm also going to throw Mama on there. Not because I feel like she was like this big, impactful person, even though I love her to death. But like, we're the same person. So like, clearly
she influenced all of your personality.
Something from her. So.
Yeah, like she influenced your entire personality. Yep. So Mama's probably the most influential person in your whole life. What would you say your biggest fear is?
See, I don't think about things like this.
How do you not? Like, what do you mean?
I don't think about my biggest fear.
If you were to sit and think about something that would give you major anxiety and like cause you to like panic, what would it be? It can be deep or not deep. Let's do a not deep one.
Okay,
Go ahead.
That first one would be like to be number one, public speaking. Like I hate it.
Oh yeah.
I do hate public speaking. But like being like a drummer for a big band, like on stage in front of thousands of people and just
messing it.
Not just messing up. I can handle a mess up, but royally just screwing it up, like the whole thing. That scares me.
I feel like those are deeper than what I was going for. I was gonna say like snakes.
Oh, I do hate snakes. I hate snakes.
Like a snake comes on TV and was like, ah.
I hate snakes. Snakes, I'm not.
I don't think that you hate snakes as much as I hate sharks, but I definitely think that you don't like snakes.
I think I hate snakes more than you hate sharks.
No, I doubt it. You don't start to like hyperventilate and like I feel my heart. And I'm like, I can't get it off the screen. Get it off the screen.
You only see sharks though at the ocean. I can walk out my front door and see a snake tomorrow. I can go walk out my front door and see a snake right now, probably.
What if we found one in the garage one day?
I would.
I've like joked before. I'm like, what would you do if there was like a snake in our house? He's like, I'd move out.
I would move out. I'd move out. I can't do it.
What would you do? Like, how would you expect me to get it and like save our girls from it?
It depends on.
Wes would be calling his buddies. Joe, get your tail over here.
I'd probably call Timmy.
You'd call get this snake.
I grew up in the country. I grew up in the woods. I grew up hunting and like all that stuff. Snakes have just never. I've not been ever a snake person whatsoever.
You also don't like spiders. Like you get weirded out by spiders when I'm like, just step on it, and you're like, do something. I'm like, step on it. Like
spiders are just creepy though. Not like a. It's not like a fear. Spiders are just creepy. They're creepy. Snakes, I hate snakes. I hate snakes.
What's so weird is our favorite movies are the Harry Potter movies, and there's snakes all up in them movies.
I'm not doing it. I'm out.
Okay, let's do this. We may have already done this. What is something that you think that people listening would be surprised to know about you? If you can't come up with one, I have one, but I'll let you come up with one.
They would be surprised about. I have no idea.
So, some of Wes's favorite movies.
Okay, yeah.
Other than Harry Potter.
I'm not ashamed of this.
Go ahead.
Whatsoever.
We had to watch it literally the other night in bed.
Not ashamed of this
Go
whatsoever.
Ahead. Share with the people. They'll be surprised to know that these are your favorite movies.
High School Musical. 100%. 100%.
You guys, listen. The other night, Wes was 100%. Like, let's turn on High School Musical. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? And he was like, yeah, I really want to watch High School Musical.
It was the 4th of July, wasn't it?
I was like, okay, sure, go ahead.
It was the 4th of July.
Yeah, when we got home.
Yep.
I was like, okay, sure, that's fine. So he turns it on the main TV and made us all watch it. Then we went to bed that night. And when we usually turn on Harry Potter, he like click, 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 click. And then all of a sudden, I hear summer. And I'm like, what? Wait, are we serious right now?
I don't know why. I loved them when they came out. I love them now. I hope my girls love them. Just I hope they love Harry Potter. I
like them for the nostalgia because, of course, as a teenage girl, like, I loved High School Musical. But, like, watching them now, I get cringed out by some of the things that are said.
Of course.
So we were laying in bed, and they're, like, on. I'm just, like, scrolling through my phone before I was going to go to sleep. And I'm, like, cringing at some of the things that are being said in the movie. And I, like, I was, like, mocking it kind of funny.
I'm just saying, shut up.
And he went, Emily, chill out. And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so."
I don't know why, but I mean, I probably do know why. Like I played sports in high school, but I also played music. That has something. It's a nostalgia thing.
And you have a man crush on Zac Efron.
I do love Zac Efron. I love Corbin Bleu.
Wes is a huge High School Musical fan.
I love High School Musical.
Wes is also. Like the kind of movies and stuff that he likes, people would be surprised to know that he does love like all the old school Disney Channel shows. Like we love That's So Raven, Wizards of Waverly Place,
Sweet Life of
Zack and Cody,
Sweet
Hannah
Life
Montana,
Hannah Montana,
Phil the Future. We tried to watch that.
That one does not hold up.
It doesn't hold as well.
It does not hold up.
But we did try to watch. Like we'll go on Disney and just turn on random ones and watch them. And Wes really does love those. Wes also is a softie.
Well, also like not just those. Like I went back and watched like Codename Kid Next Door.
Oh yeah.
Codename Kids Next Door. Recess School's Out.
But Wes is like a softie, so he actually really does love a good rom-com and a good cry. He won't cry, but he does love a good movie that will make
specifically Adam Sandler rom-coms.
Oh yeah,
50 First Dates, Just Go With It.
Blended.
Yep. All great movies.
Yeah. But you won't cry like I will, but you do love a good like soppy love story, like cry kind of movie. Like Wes loves The Notebook.
Love The Notebook.
The Vow, you loved that one
great
too.
Movie. Channing Tatum,
Rachel McAdams. Yeah. Like some of the ones that are like we watched a movie the other night on Netflix. We just randomly turned it on, had no idea what it was. And it was a cry fest. I mean, I was sobbing on the couch. And we were like kind of cuddled up and I could hear him behind me going, "This is such a good movie." And he'd be like, "Are you good? Are you good?" I'm like sobbing. I'm like, "This is so."
I'm not, but like I just love movies in general.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like he's a salt. Like I just love like a
Yeah.
good movie with a good storyline.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
If it's got a good storyline and good acting, I'm in for it.
But like most
because
guys,
but like that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
I don't think that most guys are that when you think you're a typical guy. They're not like movie people.
but
They
if
just
they
like
do
their
like,
action and all that stuff.
correct.
I love movies.
Yeah.
So like I love everything from action and adventure
Comedy,
to rom-coms to animated stuff to like I love if it's got a good storyline and good acting, I'm in.
Yeah. But yeah, if you might be surprised to know that my tattooed covered gauged earrings, rough around the edges husband
Musical.
loves Disney Channel, High School Musical, old school Disney original movies, and a good rom-com. So this is not including work. Let's say you don't have to work.
Bless God.
Okay. But if you could wear the same pair of shoes every single day for a month, what shoes would they be?
Torn between two shoes.
I was going to say, you're acting like this is so easy, but I was like,
I'm torn between two shoes. I'd probably go Nike Dunks. Does this have to be a pair that I own already?
No. Just a pair of shoes
Nike
that you
Dunks.
would wear. A pair of Nike Dunks every day.
Those Nike Dunks that I have are like half a size too small. Like they fit, but like they're not like a perfect fit. And they're still one of the most comfortable shoes I've ever worn in my life. If I couldn't pick Nike Dunks, I would go with the old school Vans.
I was going to say that was the one I thought that you would say, just because you always talk about how comfortable they are.
Old school Vans.
And you get a new pair like every year. I will say this year you didn't because
I've had those for 3 years.
Well, you've also been wearing a lot more shoes now.
Yeah, I've been getting into wearing different stuff.
I haven't seen you wear those Vans in a while.
They're also too big.
You lost weight. You lost like a whole shoe size and a half when you lost weight.
Yep.
Tell the people how you drink your coffee.
As it is. Black. As it comes. If it's done right.
Yeah.
If it's done right, I'll drink it black. I mean, I'll drink like Folgers stuff black too, but it's not.
Yeah. But I mean,
it's not great.
Like when we go to Starbucks, he does not get black coffee because he doesn't like Starbucks coffee.
Depends on who makes the what is making the coffee.
But like some of our specialty coffee shops around here.
But like at Starbucks, I just get a cold brew though.
Correct.
With maybe like a splash of vanilla.
Or if we go to like Dutch
something,
Bros or something, you'll get like something more
cold
fancy.
Brew.
Yeah.
If I'm going to like a local coffee shop though, I will get two things. I'll get like a latte and a black coffee.
Yeah.
Because I want to try both. I want to see how you do it. Because I mean, I worked at a coffee shop.
Yeah.
And I love coffee. I love the way it tastes, and if it's done right, it can be very good. If it's done wrong, it can be very bitter.
Something else you may not know about Wes is that he did work at a coffee shop.
Oh.
For a little while. We were like, he was still kind of like in college, not sure if he wanted to keep you in college or whatever. So he was like working kind of started part-time at a coffee shop, and then it kind of like you loved it so much that it kind of turned into full-time.
Best job I ever had. If it paid more.
And Wes loved that job.
If it paid more, I'd still be there.
Yeah.
I loved that job.
It was really hard for him to leave that job. He was super happy with that job, which is weird because you had to be there sometimes like 5 a.m, but like it didn't faze you. You were just like, I love this job. Plus you got off at like 1 p.m. So it was like.
But like I did. I loved working there.
Learned a lot. He had no idea about coffee. You really didn't even drink coffee.
Nope.
Like when we used to go to Starbucks, I'd be like, what do you want? And he's like, I don't know, what's good? And I'm like, I don't know, get a latte or something. And Wes used to get a white mocha latte at Starbucks.
White chocolate mocha.
For years. And then he started working at a coffee shop. And then after he started working there, we would go to like Starbucks drive-thru, and he'd like lean over me to order his thing because he'd be like, I want a cold brew, add blah, 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 dude. And I'm like,
especially now, like I have to be careful with what I order.
Yeah.
Because like if you get something other than black coffee, you can easily consume 600 calories
but
in one drink.
When you first learned that you could make coffee fancy and you knew what the terms meant. Man,
Or
this man was like popping off.
A pour over coffee,
Yeah.
or you get like a Chemex versus like you can do.
He was just he would go through a line and just pop off all these things that he wanted in a drink, and I was like, I'm sorry, what happened to my white chocolate mocha man? Like over here knowing what he wants.
The only thing I still do not understand about coffee drinkers is how people drink Americanos.
Yeah, you could never catch me doing that.
I don't like it. I don't understand it. But yeah, I don't like.
You like
Americanos.
watered down coffee is what you like. It's okay if you like Americanos. It's just not our thing.
I just don't understand it.
It's not our thing. So I need to know. I think I know the answer to this. The people need to know. Are you a one sock, one shoe, one sock, one shoe person? Or are you going to put both your socks on and then both your shoes on?
Both socks, both shoes. Now, what?
I don't know what you're about to say.
No. Sometimes I put my socks on before I put my pants on, though.
What?
I don't know why, I just do.
Okay. What?
So like, if I'm wearing pants...
I guess that goes to show you that I'm usually never awake when you leave for work. Because what?
When I'm wearing pants, like, sometimes I will put my socks on before I put my pants on. Because it probably stems from when I was bigger. And it was hard for me to put my socks on sometimes with pants on. Because, like, I was wearing, like, my pants were tighter. It was hard to get my foot up. Like, it was. So
it ain't now, skinny man. You be lifting your leg.
I think it's just a habit now. Like, some like, depending on, it also depends on, like, if I'm wearing high socks or ankle socks. Like, if I wear high socks, for some reason I put high socks on first. Like, if I'm wearing crew socks, like, I put those on first. I don't know why. I just do.
Probably because when you were bigger, like, it does take, like, it is more challenging to put on long socks because you have to kind of, like, put your foot all the way in them.
I don't know. I just do.
So he does both socks, then both shoes.
Yes.
Sometimes I'll put a sock on. If my shoe's right there, I'll just slip that in there.
You're a psychopath. I've never seen you do that.
It just depends. For the most part, it is both socks, both shoes.
Sock, shoe is psychotic.
I will say sometimes, so, like, I have a small version of ADHD. It is not on the same, like, scheme that, like, Wes needs to be medicated. I do not. I need to be, like, regulated. Like, I just need to, like, come up with my, like, as long as I have a routine and I do my routine, I'm good. My ADHD is, like, intact. But if something throws my routine off, like, for example, if I have to do something extra in the morning, my brain can't do what it normally does. So sometimes, like, if, like, for example, making my happy juice in the mornings has added to my routine that I've been so used to, it has thrown my mornings off. Like, trying to remember that I need to stop and make happy juice when my normal routine for 2 years almost has been get up, get dressed, pre-workout, grab my protein bar, get out the door with the girls.
Yep.
Now I have to make happy juice. And it's thrown a wrench in things. So, like, the way that I even get dressed, like, I will walk into 4 rooms and be like, what am I doing? Because my brain is, like, has not adjusted to the newness of this. So sometimes, like, when my brain is just not clicking, I'm, like, trying to figure out, like, okay, I need to put shoes and socks on. And then I'll put, like, a sock and then a shoe and then a sock and then a shoe. Please tell me I'm not the only person who's like that.
Next question. I'm getting annoyed over here.
Wes is going to make me sleep on the couch tonight. What is your love language? And tell us how different it is in friendships and then in, like, between me and you.
Quantity time.
That's not a real one. You made that up.
I did.
That is not a real love language.
Remind me again. So it's acts of service, physical touch, quality time,
gifts,
and
words of affirmation. It's definitely not words of affirmation.
Gifts.
You like gifts, but you're so weird when you get gifts. I love
getting gifts, but I'm so awkward and I don't know how to, like, receive
Wes
them.
Appreciates them.
I love getting gifts.
No, because here's the thing. I don't think you actually love getting gifts. You like to buy yourself things and getting what you just like to get what you want.
That's a good point.
Because if somebody were to buy you a gift and it's not the exact thing you want, then you're actually not that happy with it. if it's like the wrong kind of thing, like you wanted something, but you wanted this thing and someone got you, like you wanted a watch, but you wanted this color and you wanted this style and someone bought you that kind of watch, but it looked different, it wouldn't be something that you were like, oh, that is so nice, thank you. You'd probably go home and be like, that's not the watch I wanted.
I don't know if my love language fits in any of those boxes.
I do think your physical touch.
I think
the problem is that you're married to me and I am also physical touch, but I'm extremely physical touch. So I think because you're not as physical touch as me, that you feel like you're not.
Maybe.
Because I'm just very
I do
touchy.
think, like, I mean, with my friends and stuff, like my guy
You're
friends,
very
I'm very
touchy.
like, yeah.
Like Wes grabs his guy friends' butts all the time, constantly like touching them, messing with them.
Yep.
But I mean, I was gonna say, how's that different between me and you? But that's pretty much how it is for us too. Constantly groping me.
Heyo.
Like, I guess it's really no different. I'm not that special. I get groped as much as JM does. You are, I know quantity time, like you made that up, but I think you are a quality time person. Like you actually like to like be with people that like fills up your love. Like you love being with your friends. So like that makes you feel loved when you're like in those spaces. So I think quality time is actually probably a big one.
Yeah. I love being with you too. I'm just not like cause like you are like your physical touch and acts of what's the other one?
I'm physical touch, words of affirmation, and then quality time is my third.
I can't even remember all 5 of them at once. Anyway, but like you are like, let's go out and do something.
Quality actually means something to me. Like I want to sit and talk.
My quality time is like what gets me going is not so much gets the people going. Anyway,
what gets me going
is not like
this is not this episode. This episode is not what gets Wes going.
We're gonna talk about that next week, right?
Yeah,
next week. No,
not. We're not gonna talk about what gets Wes going next week. Calm down.
We might. You don't know how we're doing this. You can't control me on a podcast.
I edit it. Yes, I absolutely can.
It's going to be a 10-minute episode of just you talking.
Jesus.
For you, like going out on a date, us going to dinner, sitting down, talking, like that is quality time.
I like connection in like quality time.
And I like connection too, but not like, and don't get me wrong, like I love going to the movies. I love going out to eat with you. Like all of that is like, I love doing that, and I love going out on dates with you, which is why we prioritize that. But also, like, days where, like, the girls are at your mom's house or, like, with my parents when they're in town, and we get to just be in the house not doing anything, or whether we're cleaning or whatever it is. Like, I could be outside cutting the grass, and you could be in here watching TV, but something about, like, it's just me and you here on our property.
I think everybody's definition of quality time is different. Yeah. So like mine is which goes with one of my core values. I value deep connection. Yeah. Like I value sitting with people and getting deep. Yeah. Like I don't like surface level stuff. Like I want to get deep and like talk about the real stuff. But so that is valuable to me.
But to me, you like, don't. There's no kids in the house. We're literally not talking, watching a movie. Just being there together. Like we don't have to be like in this deep conversation or anything like that. Like it's just us hanging out and like.
I think that probably has a lot to do with like you feeling safe and like you feeling like you can just be, you don't have to like be anybody else. Like it's just like me and you. So like there's no pressure to like force conversation or like make something happen. It's like we're just in the safety of our home, just like being. Yeah. And that probably has a lot to do with it. So yeah, Wes doesn't do well with compliments. If you get him a gift, it's a very nice gesture.
I'll appreciate it. I might be awkward about it, but I'll appreciate it.
Like, even on Christmas. Oh, my God. Christmas is so awkward. Christmas is so awkward. It doesn't have to be.
I'll give a list of everything I want.
No, it's just awkward because, like, I could get you the exact thing that you wanted, and you're, like, excited about it, but you won't look at me. You're just like,
thanks.
And then you're like, okay, your turn. And I'm like, do you like it? And you're like, mm-hmm. I'm like, it's what you wanted. You're like, yeah, I know. Like, okay. Anyway, somebody else go, please. Somebody else open a present. Get this awkwardness out of here. Out of all the years you've been alive,
28.
What is your favorite Halloween costume that you have ever done?
What all have we done? Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, we did Bugs Bunny and Lola. Last year,
we
were like football players.
Yeah.
It was kind of lame.
We did.
The year before,
is it Sven?
Yeah,
no.
we were.
Is his name Sven?
Yeah, but we dressed up as Woody and Buzz at a Halloween party.
We did dress up as Woody and Buzz.
1 year we were Nymphadora and Lupin.
Oh, yeah. That was a good one.
That was a good one. And that 1 year I was Rachel Green and you were Owen from Jurassic World.
Jurassic World. Yeah, I forgot about that too. The only thing that I can remember from like being younger.
Oh, we were Fred Flintstone and Wilma that 1 year. That was a really good one.
Yes.
That was a good one.
Yeah, because I was big then.
It like fit though. We looked because I had like pink hair at the time.
That was probably the best one because we just had Clark at the time.
Yes, so and she was Pebbles.
Yeah,
it was.
It's probably that one. It's probably that one. That was a good one.
I mean, okay.
That's also the night that Jam dressed up as
like a mom.
No, it was what did he call himself? Aunt Jemima or
something like that. But I think that was the best that we'd ever done. Like, we ordered the outfits. It like all came together.
I have great ideas every year, and you shut them down.
I'm not doing Lord of the Rings.
Okay, that's fine. I have other great ideas.
Like what?
I don't.
You
know
wanted
off
me
the top
to be.
of my head
You
right
wanted
now,
me to be Princess Leia that one time.
Yeah, that would be cool as heck.
I was gonna say that was the best one
Not
we've done.
Princess Leia. First off, not Princess Leia. Padme.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And I would have been Anakin.
Okay.
It would have been cool as crap.
What I was gonna say is that was the best that we've ever done as family. But is there a specific one that like you've done that you're like that was the best one I've ever done?
Literally the only thing I can think of is from a church Halloween that we did, and I dressed up like one of the guys from Braveheart. Oh. And it was like,
would you guys call Halloween parties at church?
We did trunk or treat. I think that's what it was.
When I was really young, I went to this church and we called them Hallelujah Nights.
Oh my God. You just made my skin
We did. We called them Hallelujah Nights. This is the last question, and we're going to wrap it up. Wes, this is a loaded question, so I need you to think.
Why are you making me think?
Clearly. If you won the lottery, what's the first thing you would do?
Get rid of my debt.
Oh, okay, period.
I mean, that's the first thing I would do.
Okay. After your debt is paid off. So debt, like all the debt. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then what?
Am I being responsible or?
That is up to you, my friend.
And how much of the lottery did I win? Like, how big was it? Was it like this last one where it was the biggest one ever?
Yeah, sure.
There's a lot of things running through my head right now. Like, I would love to buy like a drum set and like all that stuff. But like I would want to do like have a house where I could put it. Like right now it'd have to be out in the garage, and I don't want to do that. So like that runs through my head. I would love to buy like a really nice watch. So that runs through my head. Like
there's a lot of things that Wes would do.
I have a lot of
he has a lot of ideas.
I would love to buy a really nice set of golf clubs. Because I've always, I mean, nothing against my dad. I mean, he buys new golf clubs. I get his hand-me-downs.
Yeah. So you would like your own.
Yeah. Like I would like to buy my own nice set of golf clubs. Yeah. But like, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of things that run through my head. Like golf clubs, drum sets. I'd probably get the golf clubs. I'd probably get the golf clubs.
Wes hyperfixates on things so hard, and right now he is in a golf hyperfixation so bad. Like, can't function without thinking or talking about golf.
I'd probably get the golf clubs. Got a drum set at church. I can go play whenever I want.
That's true.
Go get fitted for golf clubs.
You're doing the whole thing.
I'm getting fitted for golf clubs. I'm getting the whole shebang. Graphite shafts.
And you lost me.
Yep.
Not that Wes has not always.
I can literally name off all the clubs I want right now. I can do it all.
I will say one thing about Wes is like he has always loved golf since like I've known him. Like it's not like this is not like
golf. I played golf since I was.
It's not like this is like all of a sudden Wes just found golf and it decided to like it. He's always liked golf, but he goes through phases where like different things that he loves, he like hyper fixates on them very, very hard.
And golf is expensive.
Yeah.
Like
because you were really into golf for a while, and then you found disc golf, and you were like, "Oh, this is way cheaper."
It's like a tenth of the cost.
Yeah,
so.
and I love
to play disc golf still. I absolutely love it. I still watch.
There's a basket in our backyard.
Literally, I go out there and putt. I go play when I have time. The people that I played with aren't here anymore, really. I mean, there's a few people, but like.
They're some of the guys that play disc golf, they're also really into pickleball right now.
Yeah.
So they're like, they'd rather be playing pickleball.
Correct. I'm a 28-year-old male that lives in America. It's time to pick up golf. It's time to pick up golf again.
Okay, well, now that we've bored you with our talk of golf.
I could sit here and talk all day about golf.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. Okay. We hope that you enjoyed this episode, getting to know...
This is a Get to Know Wes, remember, not on Emily.
This is Get to Know Wes, not Get to Know Golf. Hey. Nobody needs strict details on
You get what you get with me, golf. That's all I'm
saying. If you're going to get to know Wes, you're definitely going to get more details about things you don't care about because he loves to talk about things he's passionate about, which we said at the beginning. I hope you enjoyed getting to know Wes. Hope you got to know him a little bit more. We're like pretty deep into these episodes. Like this, I think this is episode 14. And we're just now introducing ourselves to y'all, basically. But if you have little kids in the room, go ahead and pause this episode. But next week, we are going to be talking about sex and marriage. Ask us the questions. Wes and we're not going to be vulgar on this episode, but we do plan on answering questions honestly and not shying away from the fact that like sex is what married people do.
Sex is good.
And sex is a good thing. And we have had several.
Multiply.
We're done doing that. We already did that.
Yes,
and we're done.
Amen. But you get what I'm saying.
We're done doing that. But we are very passionate about this topic because we've had conversations with people, we've pastored people who have struggled in their marriage because of this conversation. And honestly, we're both extremely sick and tired of church culture treating it like it's a conversation that needs to be on the hush hush.
Or that everything about it is sinful or dirty.
Correct. That you just like pretend like it doesn't happen when there's pregnant people everywhere, but nobody wants to acknowledge how they got that way. But yeah, Wes and I are pretty passionate about seeing this restored in marriages. And so we're going to talk about that. We're going to answer your questions. We're going to get real. If it's not a conversation that you are ready to listen to, then we don't encourage listening to that episode until you're ready. But we want to talk about it. And we think it's necessary. So, and it's seriously like a deep passion of mine. So we're going to do it. Send your questions in. It's going to be fun. We're excited about this episode. And we love you guys. And we will talk to you soon.
Comment,
we did at the beginning.
I don't care. We're doing it again. We're reminded, Like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Instagram. Check. There it is, podcast. Leave us reviews.
Yep.
On Spotify, Apple, YouTube. Get in that comment section. Let us know what you think. Ask questions.
Yep.
Yeah. We love you guys.
Bye.
Peace.